India and Nepal have always had great relations over centuries. As our guest has mentioned, this has been always strengthened by a lot of marital ties, right from the kings to the important people in the countries and to the commoners. We have had marital ties between the two countries which have strengthened the relationship. Furthermore, most of the senior people in Nepal have during some time or the other spent their time for education in India, and this has given a very close cultural link between India and Nepal. I personally have a very close friend from Nepal who was my classmate from IIM Bangalore. So it leads from all areas. And in my many trips to Nepal, I've always found friendship and a lot of respect for anything to do with India or Indians. So which makes it very easy for us to do business in Nepal, to spend time in Nepal for tourism, for adventure sports and what have you. And I personally have done all of that in Nepal, including the safari, the mountains, the casinos and everything which Nepal has to offer. The advantages of Nepal has been very extensively covered by both the speakers before me, but I would like to still point out two things. One, of course, there is a SAFTA agreement, which makes imports from Nepal into India very, very cheap. And doing business in Nepal only for supply to India also is a great idea. I have a couple of examples which will probably shock you. All of us here in this room have been drinking fruit juices. Believe it or not, 70% of the fruit juice which comes in Dabur, Real and other things comes from Nepal. And it makes so much business sense to do, even though Nepal doesn't produce the fruit, it just makes so much business sense to just process in Nepal and bring it into India. And I was talking personally to the owner of Dabur and he was saying the business sense is fantastic because everything can be imported duty free into Nepal, processed, packaged and sell to India. That's the only way they are today controlling the market in India. I am in copper business and solar business. In copper business also I have similar examples from Nepal. The other big advantage is that a lot of Nepal businessmen are of India origin and have still very, very close link to India, and therefore doing business in, with Nepal is that much easier. Of course, the other factor of low cost is also been highlighted. Now, coming to Hyderabad, I was requested by Sukanya to mention a few points about Hyderabad also. Before that, I would just like to reiterate for our chief guest today that the ambassador has been very kind to offer whether we can have a sister city arrangement with Hyderabad and Kathmandu, which should be a great idea, and plus a direct flight from Hyderabad to Kathmandu would definitely bring the two places much closer to each other. I thank you for that offer, and let's see if our guest here can take it up to the next level and see that these things can happen in a much better manner.